Hey guys, I have a Mavic 2 Pro battery right here. Backstory on it: I haven't flown my Mavic or charged it for about 2 years, I want to say, and I have three batteries. One of them still charges, two of them stop charging. When I connect to the charger, it doesn't work, and pretty much this is what it does. Like, doesn't respond, put in a charger for about 30 minutes, half a day, won't take anything. I have a meter that measures watts, and I confirmed by putting the charger through the meter, and there was no power going to it. So pretty much the BMS locked out. Um, the BMS locked out any charging components, so that's why I won't take any power. So what I need to do is reset the BMS chip in here, and hopefully it should work. I actually already did it on one of the batteries. This is the second battery that don't work. So the other battery already works and it's charging. And that's what I'm gonna show y'all, how to revive the Mavic 2 Pro battery. So as you can see, there's no power. I did everything else, nothing else worked. So I put about 4 days of research into just finding out all these information from different places. So I'm gonna show y'all what to do right now. But I'm gonna put a link to some videos of how to open the Mavic 2 battery if you don't know how to open it. It was a guy that speaks Russian and stuff, but I just put that auto captions on in English, and pretty much he just disassembled the battery to get to the internal. So what we're gonna do is get to the internal of the battery to charge it manually with an external battery supply. And once it charges up, then I can connect it to a chip called CP2112, and I can go ahead and connect to it and read the battery and unseal it, and then all that good stuff, so it can start taking a charge. So we're gonna go ahead and get right to it. So these are tools I'm gonna use right here. I'm gonna go ahead and open this battery. There's a lot of videos I saw people just breaking all this stuff, and this is expensive. This is like $67 just for the shell, and I'm not trying to pay that kind of money. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. So it's just pretty much all the way around here. See that small little gap? So all the way around there, coming through here and to the back. I'm gonna go ahead and pretty much what I'm gonna do is, you don't want to pierce anything back here. This is a lithium battery and it can set the house on fire, so you got to be careful with it. But what I'm just gonna do, all of here, you just want to use plastic around it. If you want to use metal, like something like this, you could probably use it here, but don't put it too deep. Just take off the clips on this side, and then I'm gonna use these little guys for here. Get a gap going all the way around there, and then I'm gonna use this guy right there. Just pop it open a little bit, and then get these off right here. And then once I get that off, I'm gonna press these two buttons so it can unclip here. And then once it unclips, I'm gonna use one of these to get it in here like that, but on the inside to hold it so it doesn't clip back on. Do the same thing that side, and here will just come right out, and then we'll be on the inside, and I'll show you what to do from there. But since I just have one hand, I can't really record. Well, I have two hands, but since I'm recording with one hand, I'm gonna just go ahead and link the Russian guy that I found that opened this, and you can check out his video, and just come back to this afterwards. So we're gonna go ahead and open this, get to the internals, and I'm gonna bring y'all back up once I get this open. It is gonna take some time, and you have to be patient. It took me about like 25 minutes to open the last battery without breaking any of the clips or anything. So I'll see y'all right back once I get this opened up. All right, guys. It took longer than expected. I think that took about 40 minutes actually. So if you can see, partially open. So pretty much when you're opening it, you can see this part. So that part right there, it squeezes in between. If I can get a better angle of this. In between here, you see how there's a gap? So it sits in between it. This goes right in between these two. That's the bottom, that's the top. It goes right in between it. So when you open it, you kind of have to like go in there, like crack it open like that to get it open. And these are the tabs I was talking about. See these tabs? A lot of people break these. There's one there too. There's this one here. And there's one down there. A lot of people break it. Another tip too, when you open it, put this in between here. So like that. So that lock back there, so that doesn't lock in place. And I try to do the same thing on the other side and then try pulling it apart. So let me completely open this so we can see what's going on. All right, so it's completely open right here, as you can see. But this just comes back like that. You're gonna have a ribbon cable for the BMS. So what we're gonna do is that ribbon cable, we're gonna open it. Let's see, get it open like that. And what you're gonna wanna do is, actually get it up so you can see it better. See that part where it has the glue, the white glue? Let me point it out. This part right there, there's a latch on here. This is the latch. See all those little things right there, metal pieces I'm touching? This pretty much, you pull it up and it unlocks and the ribbon comes right out. So we're gonna go ahead and get ready to do that right here. So that's the ribbon. You see it? You see how the latch is up? I already pushed it up. So now all I gotta do is get it out. It should slide right out. Probably because of the glue. It's gonna give me a little issue. I'm gonna have to physically pull it out. As you can see right there. Oops, sorry about my nose, guys. But see, try to put it at an angle that y'all can actually see too. So this just pulls up and out of there like this. That glue is holding it, I think, a bit. It's hard doing this with one hand and recording with the other. It just comes right out. pull it now. There we go. See, I literally just pulled it up. That's all I did. Literally. So there it is. Let me show y'all that latch mechanism that I was talking about. See, some of that white glue here was holding it. So this is the latch. See how it goes down? That's down. To unlock it, it's up. Just like that. And that's unlocked. And you just pull it out. That's the ribbon right there. So now what you're gonna do is there are 2 screws. See, 1, 2. A lot of videos I was looking at never show these screws. They'll be like back here and be like, hey, yeah, there's 2 screws in there. But there's 2 Phillip head screws right there. 1 and 2. You just unscrew that, and the sensor is gonna be free. This whole BMS sensor. But on top of that, this whole bottom side, there's a glue down here. So what I'm gonna do is I have a heat gun right there. I'm gonna heat the bottom of this up, and I'm gonna try taking it out. With the other one, when I was trying to pull it out, I pulled it most of the way out, but then one of the battery pack, the one that's on the very bottom of here, the LiPo battery was stuck on there. So I had to use some isopropyl alcohol and put it all around here. Then slowly pull it up with this and go underneath there and get it all out. But there's a glue down there, so I'm gonna take off these 2 screws. 1, 2, Phillip head right here. That Phillip head right there. Unscrew it. Heat the bottom of this. Try taking it out. If that bottom cell get caught onto the housing, I'm just gonna use some isopropyl alcohol right here. And I have this. If you have like a needle, just, you know, pull it up, some of the liquid, and just put it around. But I'm gonna use this. Pretty much just gonna suck it in, and I'm just gonna, you know, actually first get in there properly, and then just get it all around and get it out if it doesn't get unstuck with the heat gun. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I got it out, and here it is. Luckily, I didn't have to use any alcohol this time. If anybody wanted to know what the battery number was, this is it right there. Take a screenshot. And that's pretty much what it is. So I got it all out. Took off the 2 screws. This is where the screws go. So sitting like that. And 1 screw there, 1 screw there. I put them in this little thing so they won't fall out. But this is the screw right there. I couldn't find any videos that would actually show me the screw or what screwdriver to use, really. So there's that. So right now, yay, we got it out. And one thing too, while we ain't trying to get it out, remember this is a lithium battery, plastic only to try getting it out. Because if you scrape one of these or something metal, that's a hazard. That battery's trash. So the next thing we're going to do here is we're gonna measure each cell. Couldn't find a video of how to measure the cells, so I'm gonna show y'all how to do this. So first of all, what we're gonna do is take off this tape up top. I'm trying to reuse everything, so I'm not trying to damage anything here, so I'm just gonna take it off with this. And I'm gonna take it off with this right here, tweezers. So I can't do this with one hand, but I'm gonna show y'all just a little bit. Just get underneath there, grab the tape, start peeling off slowly, try not puncture it. And then anywhere else where you can't get it with that, what do you use? A plastic tip, just, get it all off. So we're gonna get majority of it off so we can see the cells on here. And we'll be back once we can see that. All right, guys, got the battery completely open, and as you can see, remove the tape. So I didn't completely take it off because all I need to do is reach each individual cell. The Mavic 2 battery does have 4 cells on it, and I'm gonna use a multimeter to just check the voltage because I wanna know how much each cell has. So at a full capacity, it's 3.85 per cell, and that will bring it up to around I think 17 volts, right around there. So that's the full capacity rating, and as you can see right here, max charge 17.6 volt, nominal voltage is 15.4. So now that I got that tape out the way, I'm not even gonna disconnect these cables, the negative and positive. I'm not gonna do any of that because with my other battery, I already saw that I can directly charge it from here, and I will take it off. And my third cell was the lowest in voltage. It was about 1.4, and the others were about 3.2. So when I charged it, I was afraid that I was gonna go and charge the higher cells, but it actually did. It charged the higher cells, but just by a little bit, but mainly focused on the lower cell, and it got it even to the other cells, and then it fully charged the other ones. So getting back to it, tape out the way where I can get to the cells. So I got a picture right here. So same thing. All he did was he disconnected, he took off the tape and disconnected negative and positive. So same layout right there, as you can see. So this is easier, so I can show you how to measure the cells. You do need a multimeter, as I stated, and you're gonna need the leads, obviously. So you put on voltage, DC voltage. Don't put on AC, put on DC. So the way you measure it is, first, if you look at it, you can see B1 positive, B1 negative. So positive obviously means positive, red, and negative means black. If you put these in the opposite direction, all it will do is put a negative in front of your voltage. But if you have a negative, just know you have the leads in the wrong place. You just flip it and you won't get that, but it won't damage anything. So pretty much what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna put this positive, as you can see, B1 positive, B1 negative. So I'll put it right here and right here, right? So I'll get the first cell reading right there. B2 negative, B2 positive, black over here, red over here. Second cell, B3 negative, B3 positive, here and here. Third cell, and B4 negative, B4 positive, fourth cell. So the total of 4 cells will be a voltage right here, and we're gonna measure that right here, and that's the total voltage we'll have. So I'm gonna measure each of my cells right here, just the same way I told y'all, and we'll get right back to it. So it's gonna be like this. I usually just put it on the dimple right there on each side. So that'll be first cell, and I gotta swap them. Second cell, swap it. Third cell, swap it. Fourth cell. Then afterwards, I'm gonna do total voltage, which will be the total of all that. So I'll get right back to you. All right, guys, I went ahead and measured each cell, and this is what I got. Cell 1, 2, 3, and 4.
3.07,
3.1, 1.92, and 3.04. The third cell is also the lowest on this battery, just like my second battery. And when I added it together, this is what I got. So we're gonna go ahead and put this on voltage, DC voltage. This is AC voltage, this is DC. So DC voltage, so we should get right around that number. Probably won't be exactly the same because I didn't round it off, but it's gonna be pretty close. So let's see what we get. Sorry guys, like I said, I got one hand recording, one hand doing this. So I didn't make the connection yet. Come on. There we go. Fuse law is 11.15. All right, which is pretty much what we got right here. So now, that's obviously discharged. So what we're gonna need to do next is charge it. So I have a battery supply over there that I'm gonna use to charge an external battery supply. And I'm gonna go ahead and connect the alligator pins on here. I might need to take off, this is glue, I might need to take it off a little bit to make good connection and start charging it.